Hi, Derek from Distributed DBA here. Database high availability is all about managing the risk of database failures. And when you talk about high availability, there's a lot of different terms and acronyms that are thrown around. But I cut through all of that and provide you 3 basic principles to creating great and highly available database systems. So keep watching. I mentioned that creating high availability for your databases is about risk management. And on one side of risk management is risk avoidance. Risk avoidance is like not letting your kid go skiing because he might break a leg. You might choose to not let your applications use your database, but that's not really realistic. So for the database, risk avoidance is about removing the database as a single point of failure and making sure that you have a copy of your data across different servers, and maybe even across different regions. And then you develop processes that allow you to move connections from one primary instance to another when a failure does occur. It's very important to note that high availability does not stop at the database layer. And so your business must implement high availability techniques across the full stack of all mission-critical environments. Of course, there are diminishing returns when investing in high availability. This brings us to the second principle. You cannot spend your way to 100% availability. This is why you see high availability SLAs in terms of nines. When you understand this, you start to invest in risk mitigation, which is the second side of risk management. Risk mitigation is accepting the reality that failures will occur, and so you invest in ways to reduce the impact of those failures. Setting appropriate expectations on availability SLOs is an important step. Another example of goals that you can set for your business is in terms of the time to detect failures and the time to recover from failures. These goals can help steer your team towards developing processes and procedures that are geared towards risk mitigation. And these processes and procedures may be a mix of manual steps and automated steps depending on the risk tolerance of your environment. And finally, your highly available system is only as strong as your weakest link. If your risk mitigation strategies are never tested, then those strategies are your weakest link. So principle number 3 is to test them continuously. Netflix popularized the act of testing in production with their chaos engineering. This helped them develop a robust system that can mitigate any impact on their highly distributed systems. You should follow their lead by implementing principle number 3 to regularly test your mitigation strategies in production. Of course, the devil is in the details for how you implement this in your environment. Great data guardians know that following the principles of making sure that there are no single points of failure in the database environment, establishing methods to reduce the impact of failure, and testing those methods in production will set them up for the best highly available system money can buy. But they also know that the best system isn't worth much if the full tech stack isn't designed with these same high availability principles in mind.